My name is Thomas Merritt. I'm a geneticist in the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at Laurentian University. I have a Canada Research Chair in Bioinformatics and Genomics. Most of what we do in my lab is studying the connection between genetic diversity and biological complexity. So we look at just how complicated the biological world is, and we look for genetic explanations for that complication. A lot of the work that we do uses Drosophila melanogaster, the common fruit fly, the same fruit fly that buzzes around your fruit bowl in the summer. And we use that to ask questions that are important in genetics across all organisms. So genetics on this planet is shared. We have the same genetic makeup as a fruit fly. We share about 60 to 80% of the genes. And what we find out in fruit flies allows us to better understand how genetics works in humans. Recently, we've also started working in environmental samples. So we work in acid mine drainage, which is a local problem with global implications. And with mine tailings, as water percolates down through the mine tailings, just the rocks that come out of mines, it picks up minerals. Those minerals feed a bacterial population. That bacterial population creates a really acidic environment that's environmentally damaging and has to be remediated. This is $1 billion question in Canada. How do we address this acid mine drainage? Well, it ends up that the questions that we're asking in Drosophila melanogaster, looking at metabolic networks, are the same kind of questions that we can ask in these microbial systems and the environmental system. So how do different components in the network interact to give us the overall metabolism, whether it's a fruit fly or an acid mine drainage microbe? What got me interested in this work is just trying to understand the biological world around us. And since I was a kid, I've been fascinated by just how complicated and complex the world is. If you look around your classroom, you're going to see lots of different people. A major component, a major part of why we are different, what makes each of us unique, is our genetics. And in my lab, we look at those genetics. One of the biggest questions in our field is trying to understand that complexity. We had these models for genetics where we had a gene, generally DNA, it's transcribed into RNA, the RNA is translated into protein. And we knew that that system was a simplification. What we didn't realize was just how simplified that was. A lot of the work that we do in my lab is trying to understand those complications. What's the role of environment that complicates that? What are the role of other genes interacting in these networks that we study? And these are the questions that are driving the field. How does the entire network of genetics really function?